In the heart of feudal Japan, a land defined by both breathtaking beauty and brutal conflict, a class of warriors emerged who mastered an art far more difficult than the sword. They were the samurai. While the world remembers them for their steel, their true power came from a source that most people today have completely forgotten. They lived in a time where life was as fragile as a cherry blossom, liable to be swept away by the wind at any moment. In this environment of constant danger, grit wasn't just a personality trait, it was a biological necessity for survival. They lived by the code of Bushido, the way of the warrior. But beneath the armor, beneath the silk and the steel, lay a psychological fortress. They understood a fundamental truth. The greatest battle you will ever face is not against an army on the horizon, but against the whispers of doubt and the shadows of fear inside your own soul. Ask yourself, in the chaos of your modern life, is your mind a fortress or is it a gate left open to every passing storm? Today, we deconstruct the 5 ancient rules of samurai grit to help you forge a spirit that remains unbreakable no matter how sharp the world's blades may be. The first rule is Fudoshin. It translates literally to the immovable mind. Imagine for a moment standing in the center of a battlefield. Arrows are flying, the ground is shaking with the thunder of horses, and the air is thick with the scent of iron and smoke. Yet, amidst this absolute chaos, your internal state remains as still and as calm as a mountain lake at dawn. In our world today, most people are purely reactive. We are like leaves in the wind. A negative comment on social media, a traffic jam when we are late, a delay in the results of our hard work, and our peace is instantly shattered. The samurai practiced the exact opposite. They trained their minds to be the silent center of the cyclone. Fudoshin is the ability to stay locked on to your mission when everything around you is falling apart. It is the grit to remain steady when the world expects you to panic. To build an immovable mind, you must first make a radical decision that your internal state is your own responsibility and it is not for sale to the highest bidder of chaos. The second and third rules work together like the edge of a blade, Mushin and Shoshin. Mushin is the state of no mind. In the heat of combat, there is no time for the luxury of overthinking. If you stop to analyze the angle of the strike, you have already been defeated. In our modern lives, we are paralyzed by the disease of analysis. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect feeling to begin. But grit is found in the raw movement itself. The samurai believed that once the path is chosen, the mind must become empty, letting the years of preparation take over. But to keep that action sharp, they used Shoshin, the beginner's mind. No matter how many battles they won, they remained students. They knew that the moment you think you know everything is the moment you become vulnerable. Grit is not just about standing still, it is about the humility to keep learning and the courage to act, even when your mind is screaming with what-ifs. Don't think about the victory. Focus entirely on the strike you are making right now. The fourth rule is perhaps the most important for the modern world, Gaman. It is a Japanese term that means enduring the seemingly unendurable with patience and dignity. For a samurai, suffering was not a reason to complain. It was an opportunity to demonstrate the strength of their character. Think of the high scalers at the Hoover Dam or the sourdoughs in the frozen Yukon. They were practicing Gaman without even knowing the word. It is the ability to keep your head held high while walking through the fire. It is the silence of the man who is tired, who is hurting, who is far from home, but who refuses to let the world see his weakness. Grit is the quiet power of Gaman. It is the understanding that time is a tool, and if you can simply outlast the storm, you have already won. When you feel like giving up, remember that the samurai didn't pray for an easier life. They prayed for the strength to endure a difficult one. Your current struggle is not a wall, it is a forge. The final rule of the samurai spirit is the most brutal, yet the most liberating: the acceptance of fate. Every single morning, a warrior would meditate on his own end. They realized that by accepting the worst-case scenario, they removed the power of fear over their lives. When you are no longer afraid to lose, you become truly dangerous. You become free to give everything you have to the present moment. You may not carry a katana, and you may not face an army in a physical canyon, but you are a warrior in your own right. Your battlefield is the routine, the early mornings, the long shifts, and the quiet moments when no one is watching but you. The grit you forge in these moments, in the mundane struggle of daily life, will be the legacy you leave behind. The spirit of the samurai does not belong to a museum or a history book. It belongs to you. It belongs to anyone who looks at a mountain of impossibility and chooses to climb. Build your fortress, hold your rope, and remember, the river is waiting, but the grit, the ancient, unyielding grit, is already inside you.